What's up, you guys? I hope you're good. This is a quick update. I wanted to talk about this for a while because I've known about it for like a day and a half now. And this is just a little update from the Coca-Cola story because the last time we left off, I actually took the anti-white training or the Be Less White training that was on LinkedIn. We talked about the Coca-Cola stories. There was a whistleblower within Coca-Cola that released these like crazy slides of this training that she was doing for work, or he, I don't know who the what gender the whistleblower is. And it had slides like how to be less white, and it was very overtly racist against white people and something that is illegal. You're not allowed to, Civil Rights Act 1964, you're not allowed to discriminate or single anyone out based on their race, gender, sexual orientation, age, any of that stuff. So this was pretty shocking to a lot of us as we were reading it and going through it. And then we realized that this was actually a much bigger problem. This was Robin DiAngelo's training, who has a book called White Fragility. And a lot of the rhetoric in the training was directly from her book. Hi, Kitty, in the background. Where is she going? I'm all thrown off now. This was direct rhetoric that was from her book. So these are the types of teachings that she does all the time. She goes around and does speaking tours. She speaks at universities and corporations, is just paid all kinds of loads of money to teach people about their white fragility. So the whistleblower information came out about Coke. We found out this was on LinkedIn and was available. I think they have over like 270 training courses that was on LinkedIn. Well, some developments happened right after I took that course. I think that I was one of the last people to take the course. I realized after I uploaded the video that the course had been taken down, and I had just finished taking it right before I uploaded the video, and then found out that the course had been taken down. So let's look at what's going on here. And Robin DiAngelo's publicist has released a statement about it. So if you've heard about this already, I'm sorry. If you haven't, this is pretty wild. So let's just, this is an article from nationalfile.com. I'm not really familiar with this publication. An article by Jack Hadfield, but I do know that all the information is correct. They just had it compiled here nicely, so that's why I chose them. So it says LinkedIn removes racist Be Less White course. Wow. LinkedIn has removed, they literally had to have removed this within minutes, at most an hour or two after I took it. I'm so lucky. I just made it. It was like I was supposed to be there and take the course before it was no more. I should be a poet. LinkedIn has removed the racist Be Less White course featuring anti-racist Robin DiAngelo from its LinkedIn learning platform after public backlash. The course entitled Confronting Racism went viral last week when an internal whistleblower from Coca-Cola sent Karlin Borsenko screenshots from the course on LinkedIn Learning and claimed that employees at the company had been forced to take it. The course teaches people to be less white and implies that to be white is to be arrogant, defensive, ignorant, and oppressive. Let's move on. After facing severe backlash, Coca-Cola claimed in a statement provided to the National File that the course was not a part of any company's learning curriculum despite being accessible on the LinkedIn Learning platform to their employees. The statement differed from an earlier one attributed to the company where they had confirmed that it was a part of their curriculum, but simply not a focus of their training. By Monday, the anti-white course was pulled from LinkedIn's site. In a statement, Nicole Leverich, the vice president of corporate communications for LinkedIn, said a course by DiAngelo is no longer available in their course library at the request of the third-party content provider we licensed this content from. We provide, and this is a statement by LinkedIn, we provide a wide variety of learning content, including more than 270 courses on the topics of diversity, inclusion, and belonging. We will continue to add new courses to help people learn the skills they need to be more successful in their career, including the fundamental skills we all need to be effective allies and to build a more equitable future. That's that word we love so much, equity. I like equality. Equality of opportunity, equality of outcome. You can't have both. I like equality of opportunity. I do not like equality of outcome, which is what equity is. I believe in giving everyone a fair share at the beginning, not making sure everyone ends up at the same spot in the beginning, in the end. You know what I'm saying. Okay, and then it gets better. So Robin DiAngelo's team actually put out a statement. So this is a statement by Robin DiAngelo's publicist, I believe. Good afternoon. Thank you for reaching out. Dr. DiAngelo is unable to speak with you further for this interview. So this is when somebody was reaching out asking for a statement on this training. I'll start over again. Thank you for reaching out. Dr. DiAngelo is unable to speak with you for this interview due to her schedule, but I would like to clarify that the online training from LinkedIn Learning that was circulating was not a course by Robin DiAngelo, but a series of interview clips that had been edited together without her knowledge presented as training. She had no involvement in it being presented or marketed as a course, did not approve its distribution, and did not know it was being used in corporate settings. Wow. Let me see the rest of this. And because of that, it has been removed from the site and discontinued voluntarily by the groups that created and distributed it. Distributed it. You know what I'm saying. Many thanks, they say. So basically, Robin DiAngelo is trying to separate herself from the training, which it's true. There is a third party. What were they called? I watched Carlin's video on this. They're called Big Think. So that was the third party that actually put the training together and gave it to LinkedIn. So Robin DiAngelo is saying that this training were just video clips of her that were put together, and then these slides were made, and it was not her. But the interesting thing about her argument is, okay, even if that wasn't her that put it together, all of this rhetoric, if you read her book, White Fragility, which I have on my Audible, just take my word for it. Well, read it yourself if you want to. You should read it. You should know exactly what she is saying and what is out there. The rhetoric and all the things that are in these slides are almost directly from her book. This is the type of stuff she says all the time. So I understand this third party put it together, but this is still things that are being taught and spoken to her, just not in this packaged format, but it's in other form. It's all the same thing. So let's look at some of these slides that were in it. And by the way, I took the course, and one of the craziest things I heard wasn't even one of the slides. It came directly out of Robin's mouth. So the course is set up. It's Robin talking, and then in between you'll see these slides with some of the words that we shown earlier. And let me see if I can find it. Okay, so she says, one of the craziest things I thought throughout the whole training was her saying, most of my life I have been warned not to step outside of my racial comfort zone. So on the rare occasion that I am uncomfortable racially. So to me, that just goes to show that she had an upbringing that was probably different than the majority of us. I have never been taught this. I don't know anyone that had ever been taught this. I'm sure it happens. But this is someone who has a very rare, very privileged experience, I'm guessing, and is projecting all of this dysfunction of being told that she shouldn't go outside of her racial comfort zone. This dysfunction that she has within herself. She is a self-admitted racist, and what she is doing by her teaching is projecting this onto everyone else, when we're all sitting here like, we're good, we're fine, we don't have issues. I'm sure some people do, but that is not a collective thing of all of white people. It is ignorant to ever put a whole group together, and that's what she does with white people. And it seems like she's projecting her own dysfunction onto everyone else, and that's where this whole thing is just a little disturbed. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so this is one of the slides. In the U.S. and other Western nations, white people are socialized to feel that they are inherently superior because they are white. Research shows by the age of 3 or 4, children understand that it is better to be white. That is out of her book. If you read White Fragility, that is out of her book. So maybe she didn't make this training, but this is her rhetoric. And that's what we were talking about. Everyone was like, cancel Coke, and I get it, but there is a much bigger thing going on here. Okay, here's another slide. Here it is. To be less white is to be less oppressive, be less arrogant, be less certain, be less defensive, be less ignorant, be more humble, listen, believe, break with apathy, break with white solidarity. So that is the update on that story. Let me just check this article to see if there was anything else on it. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I just thought that was so crazy. Right after I took it, it got taken down. National File asked LinkedIn for a comment as to whether the content would have remained on their platform if the third-party provider and DiAngelo had not requested it to be taken down. And they have not given a statement. A representative from LinkedIn refused to answer, referring National Rifle back to their earlier statement, which I read earlier today. So they haven't said anything about it. You know what? Before I go, I do want to read you what Carlin said in her tweet when she was tweeting this statement that was given by Robin's team. She says, here's the statement. However, it should be noted that everything in the training aligns perfectly with what's in Robin's book, White Fragility. Maybe she's turning over a new leaf. There's always hope. So I'll leave you with that. Let me know what you guys think. Have a good night. Bye.